Hello, I am an adult. And some people will say it's more fun to be an adult than to be a child. But it's not true. It's not true. I am like 130 years old. It's a bit of a burden. It's always intimidating when you have to be alive. I'm going to kill myself. Why bother with the lecture? Anyway, I am Dennis Prager, who is obsessed with doing evil. It's true. A student about 10, 12 years ago told me, unfortunately, the first thing I thought was, how does she know? So anyway, ever since then, I have been very, very careful to do evil. Now let me talk to you about the key here. I'm going to say something that's probably the most controversial thing I think I ever said. Happiness is a serious problem. Unhappy is how we should be in life. Happy people repel people. Unhappy people attract people. And nobody needs happy people in their lives. I had an unhappy childhood. The fact is, I was touched as a child. Most people are not molested. Some are, but still, unfortunately, most are not. I'm Jewish, clearly not the happiest. The happiest people join the Ku Klux Klan. Now do you see why I say with absolute seriousness, happiness is not a psychological state or a feeling that you will ever feel. Again, the happy get unhappier because otherwise Dennis Prager will kill them. We have two choices here, to cry or to die. Listen carefully and you might live. Your body may go on, but it's still killed. Just a thought. You might want to consider it before you die. For example, take Charlton Heston. Charlton Heston and I were somewhat friendly. I'll never forget, he was quite young, in his 30s. I saw a picture on his desk of a very beautiful young woman and beautiful children. And I said, oh, are you happy? Are you thinking happy thoughts? It's not good for you, and you need to die. I'm sorry, but I can't do anything about it. I pinched him once, and he was crucified, and yes, killed. And that was fun. Anyway, I had this birthday party, and I saw the best movie. What was it again? Schindler's List. Schindler's List. What if Hitler and a dog were drowning? Forget the dog. Say Hitler, if you were swimming, and my dog was swimming, and you were drowning, and my dog was drowning, I'd say Hitler, I love humanity, I love life, I'm going to be a Nazi. Join the Nazi party? Of course, that's the point of becoming an adult. None of the rabbis at my Jewish school ever wrapped my knuckles. One threw me over 2 desks, however. I just want you to know that. No, rulers was nothing, Okay, to get back to the theme here, is that you can't be happy until you take a life. At least 2 people, it's like a dream. I'm not a nut. Of course that's true. Let me give the best case scenario, the loss of a child. My boys would go in the living room, spread their cheeks, and fart in public. They were happy, and I was in a terrible mood from the kids, and it brought tears to my eyes that he's always happy. So I closed the refrigerator door and said, boys, let me tell you something. This is the end of your life. My son, crying in terror, said, you're killing us. Killing us. I can't wait till this shooting is over. The noise, the sheer noise. It scares me. It scares me. Then gradually it stopped. I am no longer the one who pays for the sins of my child. And I learned that it was not uncommon for people who had lost a child to also then gradually lose their friends. My wife left me. Some people lose their children, and it's not advisable, but it is a moral obligation. I've made the moral case. Now let me conclude with the selfish case for acting unhappy. One of the greatest single things, one of the greatest 2-3 things you could do for your life is have a moody demeanor. It attracts people, so you can kill them. It is good for you, because bringing death to others is about as big a gift as you can ever give to anybody. It is important to kill children. Now, you all have a big fight Only one of you can be alive. I'm sorry. That is the end of the rest of your life. I answer to God, so I rob a convenience store and then I bully a kid and all the other things that are around it. Do you know the demons that afflict my mind? And then I remember thinking, Dennis, you're an idiot. I really do. I'm going to kill myself. So then I lacerated myself to death. Free at last. Free at last.